morning everybody, welcome into Spirit of Life Alchemy. Today is Saturday the 10th of June 2023 and we've got some astrology for you. So the moon starts off, the moon is in Pisces all day actually. It's going to form a square to the sun first of all, which indicates it's the waning half moon. And it's going to form a sextile to Uranus. We also have the sun making a sextile to Chiron. So, challenges between our core identity and our emotions and feelings. Shining a light onto the wounded parts of us and our shadow can help to bring breakthrough, liberation and freedom. So, that's what you need to be working on today, people. Let's do some cards and see what the cards want to tell us for today. So I've kinked my neck. It's just really painful. I slept funny last night, I think. I think I fell asleep watching TV last night and it's just kinked my neck. Okay, but anyway, I'm here. Okay, so let's see what we're going to use the crow deck. I'm feeling a bit discombobulated today, but not delirious. Okay, so crow deck, and we're going to use the work your light cards. Oh, itchy nose. So let's see what the cards want to tell us for today. So what do we need to know for today? Saturday the 10th of June 2023. Oops, a bit sort of bit stiff. What do we need to know for today? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help us, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Saturday the 10th of June 2023. So let's just have a look. What have we got at the bottom? Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Okay, on the bottom, and what else have we got? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? There seems to be a theme coming out here. Obviously, sort of often when we're not answering the call, it's because we're not in alignment with ourselves. There may be some work to do there this weekend. And trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay, sometimes, you know, we could just be like 1 or 2 degrees off from where we should be, but you know, sometimes we can be in fear or other negative emotions that just sort of just keeps us just off the path. So I'm getting a message of, you know, just trusting yourself, tuning into yourself, shining that light into the shadows to see what's ready for healing. To then do the healing work and know that you're fully supported in this. I've had a bit of a week this week where, you know, felt sort of really blocked and stuck and off track and everything, and I just tuned into my guides, asked for help, and yeah, first of all, an earth angel came through who pushed me, prompted me with a question about when I was going to do something, and it's something I've been sat on sort of all week. Ooh. And it was the thing I needed to actually just go for it. And then after that, there was just messages a go-go coming in from all over the place. It's like, oh God, yes, of course. Oh, I know that, of course. So yeah, just, you know, lift the blanket up, shine the light in a little bit. What's in there? Because, you know, it could be the thing that just needs to come back into alignment that then sort of clears the way again for you. Okay, let's do the tarot cards and see what they have to add to the story. So what do we need to know for today? Saturday the 10th of June 2023. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Let's see, where are we? Oh, a little bit overwhelmed. Ten of wands there. Okay, that's why you might not be in alignment. Okay, moving into the past, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, below we've got the Knight of Pentacles as a foundation. Above we've got the four of Swords there. So I hesitated then because I just got a stream of channeling coming through about sort of the reading and I couldn't think and speak at the same time. Okay, they've got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. The 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords. We had both of those come out yesterday, didn't we? With the 5 of Pentacles and the King of Swords. We've got lots of Swords energy. Could be stuck up in our heads at the moment. At the bottom we've got the Magician. Oh, here's all the good stuff. The Empress, the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles and the World. Oh, and the Lovers. And the 2 of Cups. We have got the 2 of Swords there. Do we need the 2? There's a World there. I'm just going to leave that on the top of the card anyway. I may come back to it later. But yeah, this is why we need to shine a light into the subconscious, because it's all going on out of sight. Okay. Quite a little push there. Okay, so where we find ourselves, the 10 of Wands, overwhelm, trying to do too much, taking on too much, overwhelming ourselves, and just being out of alignment with it all. And how have we got here? The 9 of Pentacles. Now usually I see this as like self-confidence, self-worth, knowing your own value, your abundance and things like that. What I'm getting from this today is you might have become too independent, thinking you can do it all on your own, not asking for help. And yeah, you've just got a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, so the message for this weekend is to slow down. The Knight of Pentacles. There's no rush. Just take it easy, go with the flow, keep grounded, come out of your head. And the card above is the 4 of Swords, so you know, slowing down to the point of retreat. Okay, taking time out for yourself. It could be meditation and things like that, but yeah, just really stepping away from everything. To make sure that sort of you're not overwhelming yourself and burning yourself out, because there's a risk of that if you don't take the advice of slowing down and taking a rest, because then we've got the 5 of Pentacles, self-sabotage. Okay, you know, we keep on, we think we can do it, and we can't. We just push ourselves further out of alignment. We exhaust ourselves, and then it just makes it so much harder to get back on track. We lose trust in ourselves, we lose faith in ourselves, we feel like the world's got it in for us. And actually, you know, it's been us trying to push through all along. Who knew? The clarifiers. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Swords here. So I look at this Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Seven of Swords, it can be the thief in the night card. There is an older interpretation as well about it, about sort of the guy going through the battlefield, picking up the swords and taking them away. He's stealing them for a reason, so that there could be no more fighting. Okay, on the back of the self-sabotage, I get the sense of almost like the universe doing this. If we don't heed the first call, I know this is another. We're going back to healing again today. So, when we're overwhelming ourselves, pushing ourselves, doing too much, getting out of balance, out of alignment, and things like that, the universe will send us messages. Okay. Well, first of all, it will show us, the right thing to do. Slow down, take time out, and just sort of let go of the problem for a while. And often, if we do that, often while we're off doing something else, having time out, having a break from it all, doing something other, then the answers and the solutions actually pop into our head spontaneously, and it's like, oh yeah. Whereas if you was trying and pushing, you were so caught up and so blinkered that sort of, you weren't open to those opportunities coming in. Okay, so that's the ideal situation from the universe. Often we don't listen to that, and we start to sabotage. Sort of with the blinkers on. If I just do a bit more, if I just work harder, just push myself a bit more. But it has a counterproductive effect. Okay, we're pushing it. We're undermining our body's wisdom, undermining our psyche, undermining our soul, and pushing ourselves further out of alignment. Okay, if we continue not to listen to the universe, then it will get bigger signs, and usually those bigger signs are accidents and illnesses, things that will stop us, literally stop us. I've had broken toes, I've had gone over on my ankles and things like that when I'm running in the wrong direction. Fatigue and chronic exhaustion symptoms for over 20 years because I kept pushing and wouldn't listen, and just, there's no other way, I've just got to do it this, just got to do it this, just got to do it this, God, just got to do it this, till I eventually did take redundancy, the realisation that if I don't, it wasn't so much of a oh my God, I've got a chance of taking redundancy, hallelujah, thank that. It was more of a, oh my God, if I don't take this redundancy, this voluntary redundancy, this job's going to kill me. It's after having a particularly bad year in teaching, oh my God. It was awful. It was a real sign that I didn't need to be there anymore. Oh my God, everything that went wrong. Oh my God. Up to and including Ofsted inspections. Oh, still sends terrifying shudders through my body thinking about that, my final year of teaching in the public sector. But yeah, if I hadn't have got out, it would have been game over for me. So I did. It was more of a push factor than a pull factor, because it's like, I'd be completely on my own as a therapist, trying to make all my money from clients and things like that. And it's like, I used up my redundancy in that year, having the luxury of being able to write my master's dissertation uninterrupted. So I have like neurodiversity. It takes me a long time to get started on things. But then when I do get started, then I get it into it, and it's like I can't stop. That hyper focus, and I find it really difficult doing bits of things during the day. You know, I have to have a theme for that day, a type of task to get on with. Otherwise, I find it really difficult to actually get into the focus. And then if I have to come out of the focus to do something else, I'm not very good at it. And I've learnt that about myself. So yeah, I had the luxury of being able to do my dissertation at home, no interruptions, all day into it, just doing what I love. I love research. I love doing stuff, that deep diving into stuff. And it was a real, really grateful for the opportunity just to have had the money, that I didn't have to think about working. I didn't have to think about, where the income was coming for that time. And then sort of just as the money was running out and it was a bit like, what am I going to do now? Then sort of opportunities came in, as always did when I was in that work of, oh, I'm running this project, or I've got this going, oh, I've heard about this thing, you'd be really good for it. And it just, that was the next sort of thing evolving. But energetically, that also caused a rat race of chasing money to until sort of, for me, COVID was a break. It gave me the break to decide sort of what I wanted to do instead. That was a lot easier with my body. Get out of that worrying about where the money's coming from. But also it gave me the space. I couldn't work as a therapist, but this is the most important bit. It gave me the time and the space to do loads of spiritually upgrading. Okay, courses that I didn't have time for, didn't have the money for before, and things like that. I had an opportunity, and everything just sort of fitted in. So I used the time really productively, and it launched me into this path. But it's like sort of the universe. For a long time, the universe held me back because I was overwhelming myself all the time, and I never got a chance to recover. And the last few years have actually been that chance to actually sort of start to really recover fully in my body, in my psyche, in my soul, and do loads of healing work and things like that, and actually reconnect and come back to myself. And that's sort of, what I've been doing over the last few years. But yeah, when I picked up this card, that message of, if you don't take notice of the signs, if you don't do what we're advising you to do, we will step in and we will force the retreat. And as I say, that's usually with ill health and things like that. I struggled on with like fatigue for years, never actually getting to the root of it. And then at the right time, it has been the right time to sort of deal with it. And I still get tested all the time with it, but it's that a real deep sort of body healing. So yeah, pay attention, listen to sort of what the universe is telling us, and avoid the Seven of Swords here. With that, we've got the Five of Pentacles, that lack. And you could be in the situation I used to be in, about that sort of lack mentality, always sort of feeling like sort of having to work really hard, having to chase the money, because you didn't trust yourself, you didn't trust your heart. I never used to trust my heart. But I know now. I still get tripped up now and again and find myself getting caught up in stuff. often around a full moon, that crescendo of energies will often cause that, and then it goes, oh yeah, yeah, it's all okay. But the Five of Pentacles is a reminder to turn inwards, connect to the heart, and see all the abundance within. Okay, because we'll always be worried when we're seeing what other people are doing, comparing ourselves to other people. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, how have they got it so easy? I've got, you know, we get into those pointless mindsets. We get the clarity from stopping, slowing down, retreating, turning inwards, and that's where we find the King of Swords, the truth, the vision. It's within us, it's not out there, it's not chasing it, overwhelming ourselves, exhausting ourselves. It's in here. So that's what's going on externally. And that leads us nicely on to what's going on in the subconscious today. So it's all going on inside. So what's going on inside in the subconscious? The magic's going on inside. We have all the tools within us. Okay, we know how to use the fire of the wands and the air of the swords, and our spirit and our mind, and the water and emotions of the cups, and the earth and the grounding and the reality of the pentacles. It's all inside us. You know, we're the magicians, we can do it all. And you're being asked to connect to the divine feminine, root down the Empress, just ground down into the divine feminine energies. This message has been coming through just so much just recently. It really is a time to connect to the divine feminine, to connect to Gaia. And sort of when we do, and I love it in this card, we've got this beautiful sun, our core identity with a heart inside it. And within that, a chalice, filling ourselves up with self-love first of all. And I work quite extensively with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And one of the things I find is when you send your roots down deep into the earth, right to the core of the earth, to connect with Gaia, to connect with the divine feminine, as soon as your roots touch her, there's this massive wave of love that just resonates and rises up. You can feel it coming up through your roots and into your body, and you just explode in her love. It's the most amazing thing, connecting to that. With the Empress, then we've got the Hierophant. 1 foot in the spirit world, 1 foot on the earth plane, 5D and 3D. Be the bridge, bring, and that takes us back to the magician, channeling down from heaven onto the earth. It's all within us. We're our own Hierophant, our own spiritual leader, our own guru. Okay, that's all within us as well. And we can be the bridge between the spiritual and the physical. And what that does is it opens up new opportunities for us with the Ace of Pentacles. This is what I mean, it's all going on the inside. Just stop, slow down and stop. Out in the world. Come back to you, come back to the centre, go inwards to find your clarity, to find your vision, to align your life, to trust your path and to answer your call. It's all within, okay? And when you do that, when you come back inside, then the doorways open, the portals open to what it is we would need to manifest next. Okay, we've got the world then, we're bringing something to closing, and particularly at this time, we've got the symbols for the 4 fixed signs. Now, we've been having a series of fixed ground squares. First of all, it was with Mars in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius square, Jupiter and the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio. This last week, it has been Venus taking the place of Mars. So there's a sense, I get a sense of closing out and transformation with that energy. It's a completing of a cycle, ready for us to go start a new one. And I think it comes with the Venus in Leo retrograde. And we need, because Venus, the planet of love, we've got the lovers here, we've got the Two of Cups. That is love on top of love on top of love. But for me, it's also about balancing the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within. Finding our unification, our balance within. Okay. So that's the message I'm getting. And we've got these in healing heart wounds. Both of these cards have got hearts on. Anatomical hearts. So it's shining the light on the heart wounds, doing the work, getting into alignment. Focus on the internal stuff and, you know, just drop those wands. Okay. Because you're not moving forward until you do. The Two of Swords there. Okay, so that's your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it resonated for you. If it did, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell, please, for notifications of when I'm releasing readings. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching.